great to have you with us from Joe IA Stadium in Ruston, Louisiana. Just about to turn the corner into the back half of the season here on EA Sports College Football. It is Week 7. It's the Troy Trojans and the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Guys, it is a wild scene here down on the field. The home coach has told me pregame he knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And the Trojans will kick off first, and here we go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Running inside, it's Miller. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Sheffield. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He fires one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. They'll operate out a split back. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Griffin. They were all over it.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys. Those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words you describe defensive linemen with.
He'll pull it down and run. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Turns it upfield. Breaks into the open. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And, man, this is exactly how you wanted to script this game. Your defense comes out, gets a stop, do a nice job in special teams. Now you get that first down. The juices are flowing. Everybody's feeling confident now. The offense is feeling good. I look, Jesse, for them to open it up now. Try to create an explosive play. They got some of that momentum early.
Yeah, and this is what coaches love to see, too, right? Complementary football for everything you just talked about. And now, if you're the offensive coordinator, you got that first down. This might be an opportunity to take a shot like David said. The defense might be expecting run here. Take a look at what their personnel is. If you got the matchup you like, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Play fake, Lewis. Buying a little time to his left. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. The Trojans lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. A designed run for the quarterback.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost a yard.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Straight ahead, it's Miller. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, give him 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Sheffield. Throws to the wideout. Finds space on the right, and he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
It's so hard to get to quarterbacks when they get the ball out of their hands this fast. Great job understanding what the defense is doing, right away assessing, hitting the corner route right off the jump.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go, ready.
The give is to Miller. Got the first down. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Right back to the well. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Second down, going to throw it. Oh, pressure's coming. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Turning it on. The 40. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Trojans. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They've spotted them a 10-0 start now to see if they can answer on this drive. Rush right in his face. The throw. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
And they dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Miller with the ball. Shows him the stiff arm. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. On play action. Unloads to the wideout. Right side, it's Thomas. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Off to the races to the right. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldog! Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Yeah, we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Deep in the end zone, it's Dortch. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Quick give. It's Burgess. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll send the back in motion. Throwing. Lewis. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
3rd and long coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Hits inside, it's Miller. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Give to the running back. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've come to the end of the period. It's Troy holding the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
You hear a lot of coaches talk about bend, don't break, and it's in these areas of the field down in your own goal line defensively where you want to just stiffen up. And they did a really nice job on 1st down, stopping the run. Here we go on 2nd. There's a good chance the offense tries to run it again.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Changing the routes with his receivers. They put the brakes on it.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw at Sheffield. They're all over it. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Man, it's 3rd and goal, and listen, you're throwing for it. I get it, but we got to understand the shortness of the field down here and what I can get off quickly. I can't take sacks. I want to give myself that opportunity on 4th down to have a really manageable situation if I want to go for it.
The official says no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are the ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
Pulls it. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Let's talk for a minute about Troy. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
Looking for the edge. He'll toss it. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Oh, Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And the Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Rolls right. Going to try to get it himself. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
I'll tell you, this guy can just take games over. He can just make things happen when it doesn't look like anything's there. That time they go RPO. They're expecting to throw the football and have to make a play, but nobody's open. This is like Sandlot football. He just tucks the ball himself, and he goes and gets it. He knows where he is on the field. He knows where he needs to get that first down. He's just playing above the X's and O's right now.
Out wide left, it's Burgess. Across the 35. Snags it, and he's open. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Trojans go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They think there's room to run to the right here. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I'd love to see this offense be physical like this to finish the first half. Like, you're up by 3, put a good first half together. Going into the half right here, got a chance to make this a 2-score game, and I want to chew a lot of this clock. I don't want to give them a lot, so if we can run the football, be consistent, and add to our lead before the half.
Takes a handoff. It's Burgess. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Trying to squeak through the pile. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Miller. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's Sheffield. Rushes on. Out wide right, it's Curry. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Finds his tight end. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Back's got it on the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Bulldogs, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line.
Here we go. Ready. 30. Shift. Go.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
And the Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Sheffield. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Making the adjustment on the play. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Dead center perfect. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime updates.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the Illinois Fighting Illini. And it's the Huskers in front on the scoreboard and atop their conference standings. And it's hardly too early to dream big. This team is closing in on a 6-0 start. Could be a special season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
Quarterback Keith. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Trying to get the corner. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside. And you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Ready. 180. 180, go.
They give it back to him. Got the first down. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver going in motion. Grabbed behind the line. It's Dortch. There he goes. He got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Those holding calls when you're just into plus territory, man, those are costly. It's 2nd and long.
Check. 95-96 Bridge. 95-96 Bridge.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Now on the move. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Lewis. Left side, it's Burgess. Snags it, and there's running room. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Turns upfield. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Troy.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run.
Set to advance on the football.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try. He wants to go deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
The run inside. It's Miller. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Sets his feet, it's Sheffield. Fires to the wideout. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Troy's offense comes out ready to start this drive. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great block.
Breaks a tackle, and he might go. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. On the move, it's Griffin. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the 10. And he's gonna take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Back to throw, it's Sheffield. Almost picked off.
Well, coming out into the second half, they knew they needed to throw the ball to have success, and they have not yet found a completion here in the third quarter. This quarterback has got to be able to find a way to get himself back in rhythm.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unloads to the wideout. Slots it away.
You got to give the defense credit here because they came out here in the second half with the goal of putting the clamps on this passing attack, and they have not allowed a completion yet in the third quarter. This offense has thrown it time and time again. Nothing there.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's nice having zone eyes on the quarterback. I tell you what, you got to lead, be smart, don't give up big plays, drop back in your zones, but watch, when the ball's thrown, you can see the guys break on the football immediately and go make a play.
Fields the punt. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. play of the drive from the 39. The give. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Follows his blocks. It's Palmer. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today rank, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Sends it back in motion. Running inside. It's Burgess. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wideout. Buying time to his right. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Hey, I like this by the offense. Nice job of not forcing it, having to throw the football. Now you make it third and manageable. Put your offense in a better position to succeed. That's a nice second down play.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. A run for the quarterback. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage. And this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made them look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
The Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Louisiana Tech starts this drive as the offense goes on the attack. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
Finds his big tight end, and they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. I think that receiver really had 2 choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these curl routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm.
Throws it deep. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
Looking to throw again. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late.
Looking for a big play. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but
wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Snapped on fourth down. He's not afraid to go deep. Can't hook up on the long throw, and fourth down goes by the boards for this offense.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. So thanks to the defense, they take over, big lead in hand, and an opportunity to run this. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And listen, QB job number one, take care of the football. We got to understand when to give up on plays. We got to understand when we feel people around us and take care of the football. You can't put the ball on the turf continuously. This guy's done it several weeks in a row now, so got to take care of that football.
Tight end now in motion. To the air, it's Sheffield. Right side, it's Miller. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. And an explosive play gets this offense working.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
Wants to throw one first. He fires a bullet to the right. He's got it way down the field. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Lets it fly. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
2nd and long here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Miller. Got enough space. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Hey, you could see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
To the air, it's Sheffield. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Middle of the end zone, he's got it! Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. He'll bring it out. It's White. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And he makes the extra point.
Number 83, set to kick this one away.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. Drops back on first down. It's dropped after taking the hit.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Jeff Field. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen 2 big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
Fresh set of downs going to the air. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. And they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Fires to the right. Man, did he have a read on that one and almost had the pick. It'll be third down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Unloads to the wideout. Working on the right. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Wants to keep it in the air. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Back to throw, it's Sheffield. On the move. Into the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many 1st downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. 4th down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Touchdown, Bulldog! Quick strike through the air for the score.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
And he added the extra point. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. So the defense can't stop the clock 3 times here, so they can't just kneel on it. Need to pick up a 1st down and protect this lead. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And he's brought down after a short gain. The Bulldogs will use their 1st timeout. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. On the run, it's Burgess. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Looks as if he's going to run it. Enough to move the chains. Breaks into the open. That'll be a 1st down, and the last one they'll need as they're going to get the victory in this one.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building